Welcome to Double D Vintage Baseball Cards. My name is Dylan, and I am going to do a VR for my friend Doug, Decon's Cardboard. Now, Doug is doing a VR. He wants us to show our favorite or good, our best looking ones graded one, SGC, PSA, whatever. I don't even know if he specified it. It doesn't matter. I don't even have any ones at 1.5s. That doesn't matter either. I really wanted to do this video. I was excited to do this video because I think it's an important conversation that we all need to have. But before I go into that, I wanted to talk about Doug and his channel and him as a person, actually. Doug is he's the first guy that ever reached out to me. I was in a live chat and he wrote my name and said, "Hey, hi Dylan." Who the heck is this guy saying hi to me? I'm thinking, this is crazy. I was so nervous in my first live, just a live chat, right? And he wrote that. I've said this story so many times, but I love the guy. He reached out. We became great friends. We've traded presents, gifts, and conversations on the phone, numerous. I try and call him once a month, vice versa, always texting. He's best friends with everybody, so I'm not the only one he's best friends with, but he feels like he's my best friend. It's so funny, right? You have these connections with people, and Doug is just incredible. I was going to grab every card he ever gave me. I know where they all are. I have them all in special places in my collection. But I brought out one card that Doug gave me as a birthday gift. I had never received a baseball card as a gift, minus boxes from my wife. It was the very first time I ever received a single baseball card as a gift from another human being. Not packs, Oh, man, scratch that. When I was 12, I got that Bob Gibson, 10 or 12, I forgot. Which I tell that story all the time. That's hilarious, I forgot that. But I've gotten sets from my parents. But let's just say as an adult, okay? We'll go with the adult version. First baseball card I ever received as a gift, a solo baseball card, and it blew my mind. This is one of the greatest combo cards ever. First, I've collected the Big Clues cards, Ted, Home Run King, Cutoff Sleeves, just the first guy to lift weights, in my opinion. I don't know his whole story. I just know what a great, incredible home run hitter was and how big his muscles were. He's in so many books that I've read, but I've never read a book just on Ted. But it's just... Get back to the card. You got Ted Williams, and he knows I'm obsessed with Ted Williams. And to have both on one card, and they look like they're talking about, guarantee they're talking about swinging and hitting. Ted Williams loved to talk about hitting. That was his drive in fishing. But what a sick card. A combo card of my dreams. And it's in perfect condition. He gave me this ungraded, and I asked, is it okay if I send it to get graded? Because I love displaying it in the slab. I have plenty of, you guys see my collection, ungraded cards, of course, and I have a collection based off that, but this one needed to be slabbed up because I thought it was going to be a 6, and it's right there, 5.5. It didn't matter. This could look like a 3. So that's this all ties into the conversation of why we're doing a VR for Doug. And so I just wanted to share a card that means a lot to me, and I'll never get rid of this card. And my buddy Shane gave me a combo card from the same set, 1958, and it's Al Kaline, and I love it. I mean, man, shout out to all my friends in this card community and what it has done in my life. Besides just in cards, it's been amazing. It's I don't like making new friends, okay? I have friends. I'm 42 years old. I have my friends my whole life. It sucks making new friends. You have to put your time in. You have to hang out with them all the time, get to know them, ask them questions. But for some reason, in this card community. As for my nephew, it just laughs if we say community, but I'm gonna even go even further. I'll make him watch this one. Card community that is here that I didn't know about. The friendship thing is easy. I had Eddie, Cardboard Chaos, over here the other day at my house. And, you know, he flew over here on vacation and hit me up. And it was like we had hung out our whole lives. We got right into conversation and probably could have talked for 5 hours. I had Ken from Ken's Cardboard over here hanging out. We just laid on the deck out here and had beers, and it was night, and just hung out for like 3 hours talking cardboards. It was awesome. And these friendships are real. They're not pushed. They're not forced. I'm not friends with everyone on YouTube, but you make your connections, and I've made connections with Doug. And so this VR is just awesome. So back to the VR. Now that I'm done, giving my love out to Doug and everybody out there. This VR all stems from the video he did where he bought a card on eBay, and the picture was so terrible. I'll fast forward, the picture was terrible, and the seller sold it, and it said PSA 1, that was an SGC or PSA, one or the other, doesn't matter. It was a 1. And yeah, we know what 1s can be ripped in half, they could be burnt in half, or they can look like this card from afar, or this card from afar, but mainly this card from afar. This thing looks like an 8 from, you know, all the way up till you can see the wrinkle. So this is the whole point. So anyways, he bought that card and did a video because when it showed up, it was way different than the picture. It looked like one of that was burnt. It looked terrible. Oh, you got to go watch the video. But anyways, I laughed because when he did it, he got like thousands and thousands of views. So he was glad to do it. Probably spent like 4 hours commenting back, like, oh, it just cracks me up, you know. But he ended up getting the card for free, and he had a lot of people on there saying, you know what you were getting. It was a PSA 1 or SGC 1. You should have known better. No, the whole point was the photo of the seller put up was washed out, and you could not see what the actual card looked. It did not look like that when you got it. And so eBay, he had to fight eBay. He got his money back and actually got the card for free. But the seller, in my opinion, was the one at fault. eBay's still working out their kinks on their thing. I'm not defending eBay in any way, shape, or form. Not at all. But the seller, to me, was the one that put the bad picture up. It was aggressively too bright. It aggressively changed the way the card looked, and you didn't know what you were getting. And yeah, Doug took a chance because it was a bad photo. But I've purchased lots of cards on eBay that the photo was blurry because no one else wanted to try for it, and I've returned the ones that didn't look right, or if they have a crack in the case, or just like, dude, can I return this? I've never been rejected from a return from a seller, but he went through the authentication system, so totally different type of situation, but I still think the seller is at fault in this situation. So without further ado, making this too long, I'm going to show 2 cards in my collection that are 1.5s and one, and I'm going to tell you, this is for people who don't already know this. And not every 1.5 or 1 looks the same. So you've got this Jimmy Fox, 1938 Gaudi heads up, number 249. And it's a 1.5. And now when you see it right here, you can see these are wrinkles. They don't go all the way through. So we call those wrinkles. So you really want the wrinkle to be on the back. But for this card, you say like this one has one wrinkle right here on the back, but that one's not on the front. So wrinkles don't go all the way through. Creases go all the way through. There's a big difference when you have one in your hand. When you're looking at a wrinkle versus a crease, wrinkles don't look like much. So you move this a little further back and you can't see the wrinkle anymore. Now, as the seller could have easily brightened this photo up, and the creases or the things start going away, or moved it back, or what have you. You could have messed with it. But you want to buy when you're looking at a 1, you have to know there's something wrong with it. We all know there's something wrong with it. So what is it? Is it a pinhole? Is it wrinkles like this? And then where do the wrinkles? So you want to base the card off what it looks like eye appeal. And when I have these on my wall, this is 1 foot away. I'd say exactly 1 foot away from the camera. And that thing looks unbelievably amazing displayed. And it cost, you know, an eighth of the price of something any higher, because these cards are really expensive cards. So you know, this thing has even sharp corners to the naked eye. It's insane. So these are the 1.5s that I look for. Really nice eye appeal. The image is stunning. And in the creases, in the color of this cardboard where the creases are, it takes nothing away from the card when it's on display. Sure, when it's up here, I'll see the wrinkles. But it's still, I mean, the back is insane. These are the ones I look for. Wrinkles to me are totally acceptable in a lot of situations. Creases are a different story for me. And if only until you see both in the flesh and you choose which one, you'll notice a huge difference between a wrinkle and a crease. So wrinkles can go all the way up to PSA 4s, just so you guys know. You get a good looking 4. If it looks perfect, there's probably a wrinkle in it. It's probably, you know, if you can't see it on the front, it's probably on the back. Like you saw that one on the back. It doesn't go all the way through, but wrinkle gets when you push it, and on a soft surface, even on like a mouse pad, if you're cleaning it too hot or something, you can get a wrinkle in it. And I've done it on purpose on cards to see how easy it is. Pretty easy to get a wrinkle in a card. So that's one graded in a 1.5 that I think looks glorious. And he wanted to see our good looking ones. And I only have two 1.5s, so these are the only ones I'm showing. Now this one is another Jimmy Fox. This is a 1941 play ball number 13 Jimmy Fox, and this is a 1.5 SGC. Now, when you look at this card, when you see all the rounded corners like this, then you're really looking for, okay, are there creases? Because this qualifies, in my mind, especially with the little print stuff right here, as a 1.5 just based off the corners. So then you go to the image and you just start looking at the image, and then you can see like a rubber band crease up here or something. Then I really dive in on the pictures when I'm buying a card like this to see if there's creases, because I'm really not a crease guy. Now, these are creases, or these are, yeah, I'm sure those probably go all the way through right there, but they're on the edges. I'm not a big fan of creases that go straight across. I really have something against that, whether it's born in the 80s and 90s, and that's kind of what we were taught. The creases were like the death of me. So when I'm looking at low grades, I am literally aiming for rounded corners and or wrinkles that you can't see. So this is one that, you know, I would not have bought this if this was also folded in half. So that's the thing with these low grades. When you get into the 1.5, this thing could be folded in half and still be the same grade. You know, if this was a 1, this could be, like so many videos have talked about it, you could have burned this card. It could be a half a card. It could still grade a 1. So there's a huge, the biggest gap probably in all of vintage baseball cards is in the graded 1s and 2s, because those are the ones with the most variables, and they're the most sensitive. And a bad 2, you can spot it so easy. The good 2s, you know, you can see the image is really nice image. And most people, that's their number 1. And then you can look at the centering, like this is not perfect centering, but this one is perfect centering, and even the corners are perfect. So you really got to dive into each one and be aware of what you're buying. So I thought this was a great VR and great for people who are maybe newer in the hobby, and whatever, just someone that likes talking about why they buy certain cards. And you can see the staining back here. You can't see that on the front, just right here, like whatever this is. Certain things, you know, would I buy this card again? Yeah, I would. I totally would. For the price I paid for this, 1.5, I had this a couple years now, 2 years, year and a half, something like that. Or maybe a little less, maybe more like 9 months. This might have been the second card I bought since being on YouTube, because I bought another Jimmy Fox Gouty Heads Up, but I actually bought that one before YouTube. So this might have been right away. So I don't know, but dude, This is what I look for in low grades. Some guys like pinholes. You could have a card that looks absolutely stunning like this and have a pinhole like this. I thought was a pinhole. And it's not. It's in the image. And I checked other ones. It looks like a pinhole no matter how much you look at it. It looks like a pinhole. So you just be aware of each card, what you're buying. But that is not a pinhole. That is not a dent. That is on all of these 1958 tops of this card. So things you need to be aware of when you're buying these low grades. You got to go off eye appeal 100%. If you're okay with creases, what have you, don't just go on there and type in PSA 1 and 1's 300 and 1's 100. There's a reason you spend more money on a better looking one and a reason you spend less. So hopefully sellers do a good job of putting good photos up and we don't have to think about it. You can just zoom in on your computer, zoom in on your phone, on everywhere on the card, and then it's pretty accurate when you get it in the flesh. So anyways, there's my VR. Doug, thanks for putting this on, and I really appreciate you guys watching. And hit the like button and the subscribe button, and let's blow this channel up and blow Doug's channel up and blow my channel up, and let's have a fun time this year on YouTube. I'm ready. Keep spreading the love, and these VRs are awesome. So thanks, guys. Talk to you guys soon. You.